Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long, but I've got no real excuses really. I've just been a bit lazy and, well, let's just say I've been nesting. I wasn't nesting enough when I was pregnant with this little fella, and it seems like I'm nesting now that I've had him. So I've just been tidying up around the house and going into different cupboards and different drawers that I haven't been through in years, and yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. So I was thinking that the last time you saw me I was doing an update for Dominic, who's my second child, and it was his 1 month old update as well as my 1 month old postpartum. So he is now 4 months old. Yeah, he's now 4 months old, and he has grown so much, obviously, over the last couple of months. And basically, I'll just give you an update on him and how I'm doing postpartum at 4 months old. So basically, Dominic is smiling, laughing. He is grabbing things now, grabbing toys. He is smiling. He's so cute. And I thought I should have him in my video because I want to look back at these videos and be able to see him, how he was. Is mommy being funny? Yeah. Is mommy being funny? He is such a cutie. He's such a good boy. I think he started laughing and smiling at about 6 weeks, pretty similar to Aiden, who's my first child. And then he started laughing. He is so giggly about everything, especially when we change his clothes. He's very ticklish around his back and his underarm. He's so adorable, and he's just staring at my phone right now. Yeah. Who's that? Say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Yeah. As I was saying, he's a really, really good boy. He's a very good sleeper. I could say he's been pretty much sleeping overnight since birth, because he always wakes up just to feed and then goes back to sleep. It's pretty much an on-demand routine, so whenever I see that he's tired, I feed him and then he falls asleep, which is about 7, no, not 7, maybe 8 or 9 in the afternoon, in the evening. And then he would wake up maybe once or maximum twice a night for a feed, and the first one would be between 3 and 5 a.m. So he would sleep through from 9 until 3 or 5 in the morning, and then he would feed, and then he would fall back asleep and wake up at like 7 or 8. Literally, he is such a good sleeper. He wants to bear weight on his legs, as you can see. He likes to be up all the time. Although the main difference is that between him and Aiden is that at this age he loves to sit in his bouncy chair. So he would stay there for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, and not be bothered about just being by himself. Well, not himself, but you know what I mean. I would give him a toy and he would love to play with that. He dribbles so much, and he's chewing on his fist. He's been doing that for the last couple of weeks now, and I'm pretty sure it's due to teething. I know it's a long process. It takes a long time for them to actually come out and come through. There's nothing you can see on his gums except that they're slightly whitish in color, but I'm pretty sure it's due to teething, because he's not doing it for as a sign that he's hungry. He's just literally, yeah, he's just literally, something's really bothering him in there, that's for sure. But he's not crying or anything. His hair is grown so much. You can see it goes in his eyes if I leave it like this. So I always pull it to the side. And again, it's still really a dark brown color hair. Although the one that's actually growing, the new one, seems to be more blondie. Yeah, what's wrong? I think he is tired now. He's ready for his first nap in the morning. I'm doing this first thing in the morning. It's about 10 in the morning. Yeah, yeah. He is feeding like a champ. And again, I have to compare him with my first child. He is only feeding when he's hungry. He would not stay at the boob, more than what he needs, which is a first for me, because Aiden used to love to sit on my breast and just nurse for ages and ages and ages, and everything, if something would have happened, that would be his comfort place, just being able to go to my breast and nurse. Whereas Dominic is completely the opposite. He would not stay there, as I said. If he's not hungry, he wouldn't have it. One thing he's been doing lately is that he's been sucking his thumb, and actually that puts him to sleep sometimes, which is crazy. Yeah, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Do you want to give a smile? So yeah, he's sucking his thumb, which is so cute. Aiden never used to do that. No, he didn't. No. Yeah. Oh. Do you want to be part of this? Do you want to be part of this? Yeah? Yeah? I say fox. 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 He likes this kind of sound, the X sound. He loves it. He keeps smiling at it. Well, not now, because he's a bit grumpy. Tell them what's been happening in the last couple of months. Tell them. Come on. Tell everyone. How's your life been? Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Another thing I wanted to touch on is, you can probably notice he's got eczema on his face. He's had it since he was 4 weeks old, and at some point it was really, really bad. When I say that, I mean his face was completely covered in the eczema. It was really flared up, which I don't know the reason why it did. And I went to the GP a couple of times, and they've just pretty much told me he's gonna grow out of it. So I'm waiting for that to happen. I think the worst has passed, because he had it on his ears as well, in the back of his head, on his neck, and his little face was pretty much covered in it. It was horrendous. But he wasn't too bothered about it, to be honest, which is a good thing. I've tried pretty much everything that the GP recommended. So E45 cream, Epiderm, balm or lotion, whatever that is. What else have I tried? Centroban, and nothing seemed to work. So it would kind of fade away for a while. It never went away, and then it would just flare up again. I've even tried to see if I have he has an allergy to cow's milk, so I went on a cow's milk free diet for 2 weeks, and he still had the eczema. It still flared up during that time, so they said it's definitely not that. He's just going to outgrow it at some point. I know it's quite common for children of his age to have eczema, and he's quite lucky not to have it anywhere else on his body, not even a diaper rash, since he was born. But then I actually found online, I did some research, and I found that there's a moisturizer from La Roche-Posay, which is called Lipikar, and I've used that, and it seemed to work on his face. It might not work on every child, but it did work on Dominic. And then I've also tried the Aveeno Baby Eczema Therapy Lotion. I'll put a picture of the two moisturizers somewhere on the screen. Sorry, babe. And then again from the same range, Aveeno Eczema Therapy Bath like powder, which is an oatmeal based powder, and that seemed to work as well. So yeah, it still flares up, as you can see on his cheeks, from time to time, but then it goes away and then it comes back, and yeah, we'll just see how he gets on with with that, to be honest. Alright, so I've just had to change position because he was being a bit anxious. Hello. So, yeah, what was I saying? In terms of Aiden, he's been really good with Dominic. He loves his little brother. He's had a period when he's been a little bit jealous, but not necessarily showing it towards Dominic. He was mostly showing it towards me. He was sort of like resenting me, and by that I mean sort of just being a little bit aggressive, a little bit violent, so just biting me, pushing me, kicking me, hitting me. He wasn't going to do anything with Mommy. He was pretty much just rejecting me. But whenever I had Dominic in my arms, he wanted to come to me. He wanted to be held by me, and then he would be upset because I was either feeding him or just cuddling Dominic. So he's now past that stage. I think it was just a phase. And he is really fond of Dominic, and he would come and cuddle him to the point that I'd be worried that he's like, I don't know, hurting him. But I let him bond, and Dominic's so happy when he sees Aiden. He's really giggly and smiling at him, and yeah, he just loves to be around him. Yeah, boo boo. Yeah. In terms of his favorite toy, is actually Ego Pigo from In the Night Garden. It's a toy that Aiden had, and I'll probably put a picture of it somewhere around here on the screen so you can see it. And he smiles, and when he sees it, he laughs at it, and obviously he likes to chew it whenever he can, so he would grab his arms or legs and start chewing on those. Yeah, you're such a cutie. You're such a cutie boy. Mommy loves you. Yeah. Mommy loves you. You're a bit upset. Yeah. In terms of myself, postpartum, I can say that everything's been going really well. I have not started exercising. I don't know why. I can't find the motivation to do it this time. And as I said, he's 4 months old, and I have probably exercised a handful of times in these 4 months. But the weight just seems to be melting off. Thank God to breastfeeding. I've not been dieting. I've just been eating healthy and normal. If I'm craving something sweet, I would have it. You know, I went through a phase when I really wanted some Snickers. So I maybe had a Snicker bar every single day. So this is just to show you I'm not dieting. I'm not restricting in any way. I've just been eating like regularly throughout the day. 3 meals a day, maybe a snack or 2, just depending on how I'm feeling, and obviously drinking lots and lots of water, maybe 3 liters of water a day. You're sucking on that thumb. Yeah. And yeah, like I'm saying, the weight is pretty much just melting off. I may be on 56 kilograms at the moment, so I haven't lost that much weight, but surprisingly, I can fit in my size 8 clothing and, you know, leggings, trousers, not all the jeans I used to have before I had him, but I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. I'm not too bothered that I've got to lose a little bit more weight. My stomach went back to normal, more or less. I'll show you my stomach in a second. And it seems like most of the weight is now on my thighs and bottom, really. Yeah. What's wrong? Should we have a nap? Should we have a nap, Dom? We call him Dom. It's easier. Yeah. So let me put him down, and I'll show you guys my belly for 4 months postpartum. I'll just have to hold him while I do this because he won't sit down. So I'll just show you my belly quickly. I've still got love handles, obviously, and a little bit of weight over here. But this is how my stomach looks like for 4 months postpartum. I've still got a little bit of linea nigra in my lower belly. And yeah, for the most part, the weight is gone. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you loved today's video, and I'll see you again soon.